Let me start with showing a sample use case where swap macro is very useful. So here is a simple slide with two profiles, one Angela Dell and one Jamie Davidson. Here what I have done is I have grouped the photograph with the description for both of these shapes. Let's say we want to swap the position of these two profiles. What we can do is we can just select these two shapes and go to my power and swap shapes. So here what I have done, I have created my own add-in which is named as my power, and here the macro which I have created for swapping the shapes is included as part of the toolbar. This simple slide is most commonly used in investment banking and in fact in consulting as part of the proposals where we include the profile of the co-founders or the founders or the CEOs, CFOs. So it's very commonly used, and this simple click helps us to move the profiles, uh, the shapes bottom, top and bottom, top to bottom, bottom to top, whatever, whenever anyone asks us to change the position. As part of this video, I'll just try to focus on how to write the macro and not how to build your own add-in. Maybe I'll cover it later, but let's see how to write a macro to swap the shapes. So as step 1, let me just close this PowerPoint. So as step 1, open the VBA editor with Alt F11. But before that, you just need to see if the developer tab is there uh, on your toolbar or not. If not, then you may need to go to File, Options, and Customize ribbon. Check if the developer tab is on or not. If not, then check that developer tab and click on OK. You will see the developer tab on your toolbar as well. After that, press Alt F11 to open your VBA editor. Then in your VBA editor, you may need to insert a module. Let's see, I have already created a SwapShape module. I have renamed it. You can also so open the VBA editor, insert a module. So now you can see the VBA editor opened. Here we may need to write the macro function. Let's name our module as swap shapes, and here let's start writing our subroutine. Subroutine is a function. So let's start writing this. Yeah, so this is the starting point for writing any macro code. Here it's a sub stands for subroutine, which is like more or less like a function that we need to write. Second step is to make sure the user has selected exactly two objects on the active slide with if statement and active window selection. So what we need to ensure that for swapping the shape, first step is to see if the user has selected exactly two objects or not. So we may need to write a code to check that, and if statement will help us to write that. If active window dot selection dot type. So first check is to see the type of the selection is shape. So PP selection shape. Then second check would be to check if the selection count, shape selection count is 2. So selection dot shape range dot count is equal to 2. Then we will write a function, like the function that we want our macro to perform, else it should throw an error message. So message box is an inbuilt function, so that starts with message box, and then you need to write a error message that you want your macro to throw. You must select two shapes, right? And we need to close our if statement. So this is end if for the second if, and end if for the first if. Yeah. Now control S. You need to ensure that your PowerPoint is saved as macro enabled presentation. This is save. Yeah. Now let's see if it's working or not. Let me select only one shape and try to run our macro. Alt LPM. SwapShapes run. You must select two shapes. It's throwing an error message saying you must select two shapes. Let me select two shapes and see if it's working or not. Macro won't perform given that we have not completed our code, but at least it should not throw any error message. So it is not showing any error message. Let's go to our step 3. Save the left and top position of the first step shape as variables. So let's try to introduce variable first. Dim is a function to declare your variable. So dim temp top, this is a variable name. You can select any variable name as per your liking, as single. So here I am saying my temp top variable is a decimal number, not an integer. Temp left as single. So these are the two variables that I am declaring. Save the left and top position of the first shape as variables. Now let's save position of our first shape, top position of first shape as temp top. So active window dot selection dot shape range. So when one shows that it is the first shape, top. Temp left is equal to active window dot selection dot shape range to 1 dot left. So we have stored our top and left position of our first shape as temp top and temp left. Now see step 4. Change the first shape's top and left position to the second shape's top and left position. So let's do that. Active window selection dot shape range 1 is equal to is top. Now let's do the same for left. So we have saved the position of we have saved the position of second object, like second shape, to the first shape. Now this next step, let's see. Now change the second shape's top and left position to the one saved in temp variable. So now what we need to do is top is equals to temp top equals to temp left, and that's it. Control S and go back to this routine, and let's see if our swap macro is working or not. Alt LPM SwapShapes run, and here it is. We have swapped the shape.